Hello and welcome to the stream. I am super sorry I had the mic muted, so you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and welcome to the stream. I am super sorry I had the mic muted, so you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and welcome to the stream. I am super sorry I had the mic muted, so you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and welcome. So you guys should be able to hear me now. I am super sorry. Let me just mute everything just for a minute. So you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and welcome. So you guys should be able to hear me now. I am super sorry. Let me just mute everything just for a minute. So you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and welcome. So you guys should be able to hear me now. I am super sorry. Let me just mute everything just for a minute. So you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and welcome. So you guys should be able to hear me now. I am super sorry. Let me just mute everything just for a minute. So you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and welcome. So you guys should be able to hear me now. I am super sorry. Embarrassing. So mute everything just for a minute. Yeah. So you guys should be able to hear me now. Hello and
All right,
welcome
so you
to
guys
the
should be able to
stream.
hear me now.
I am super
And
bubbly.
we
So
do have an audio problem.
Yeah.
So you guys
As
should
it
be able
keeps
to hear me
repeating,
now.
so
Hello and welcome.
I'm just going to start from here.
Super
bubbly.
So
Everything is muted.
Yeah.
I'm super
So you
sorry.
guys
Like
should
I'm
be able to
not
hear me
repeating,
now.
so
Super good at
I'm
this.
just going
stream
to
and
start
things.
from here.
Super
bubbly.
So
Everything is muted.
Yeah.
I'm super sorry. Like
As
I'm
it
not
keeps repeating,
repeating, so
super good at this.
I'm just going
stream
to
and
start from
things.
here. Make sure that
Bubbly.
everything is good.
So
Everything is
but
muted.
you guys
super
on
sorry.
a-
Like
as
I'm
it
not
keeps
repeating,
repeating,
so
super good at this.
I'm just going
stream
to
and
start from
things.
make sure that everything is
So
good.
everything is
But
muted.
what I'll do
on
is I'm going to
a-
get everything situated and I'll be back in 5. I'm just going to start from make sure that everything is good. Everything is muted. What I'll do is I'm going to get everything situated and I'll be back in 5. I'm just going to start from make sure that everything is good. Everything is muted. What I'll do is I'm going to get everything situated and I'll be back in 5. I'm just going to start from make sure that everything is good. Everything is muted. What I'll do is I'm going to get everything situated and I'll be back in 5. I'm just going to start to make sure that everything is good. Everything is muted. What I'll do is I'm going to get everything situated and I'll be back in 5. I'm just going to start to make sure that everything is good. Everything is muted. What I'll do is I'm going to get everything situated and I'll be back in 5. I'm just going to start to make sure that everything is good. Everything is muted. What I'll do is I'm going to get everything situated and I'll be back in 5. I'm just going to start to make sure that everything is good. Everything is muted. What I'll do is I'm going to get everything situated and I'll sound check 1 2 3 4. Hello, my friends. I'm super sorry about all the technical difficulties I had. It's just a new setup for me here at home, and we're just trying to get used to it. So please don't hold that against me. And thank you, all 7 of you, for being here and hanging in here with me. Yes, that was a lot of fun. Like I said, I have 4 screens and like so many browser windows open, and pretty hard. And we still got one more element of the stream coming. So awesome. So what I was going to talk about is the stream tonight. Is I'm going to introduce myself and talk about myself as a creator. And then I'm going to, afterwards, my friend Nick from Travel with Nick and Shannon, he's going to jump on the feed with us. And we're going to ask him a lot of questions and deep dive into him as what he does as a Disney vacation planner. Super excited to have him on the show and talk about different things he does and what value he can bring to us. And then for the rest of the evening, we're just going to dive deep into the Food and Wine Festival. Let me make one more adjustment here. And then we will get started. One more quick adjustment content. Okay. My analytics tab gone. All right, so I just changed the latency on YouTube. Maybe it'll be a little less laggy. Crazy because I'm getting 24 upload speed. But without further ado, let's just go ahead and start jumping in. So my name is Sierra, and I started this YouTube channel called Following Cierra in February of 2023. I made a SeaWorld video, and I went on a cruise and made a really good review / blog. And it got 19,000 views, and I was really excited and motivated to start making videos. But I don't know if any of you have YouTube channels, and it's kind of hard to do so. And you do not have overnight success. And it took me a year and a half to get 190 subscribers. And I was making videos every week, and I've been trying to figure out this whole live stream thing, and recently since the spring, we've been doing this a lot, and every week I've been meeting more and more of you, and we've been coming on and having a chat, and now everything is amazing, and I'm just super inspired. I got some new camera equipment, and my video quality has been going up. And then, as you guys can hear, I have a brand new mic, so sound quality should be top notch today. Definitely give me your feedback in the chat if you whatever you think I should improve. But a little bit about me is I have a college degree in technical communication. I love building content. And I work as a web developer, so I'm really into creating content, and I've always been that way. And one of my lifelong dreams was to be a photographer. And I just really ain't into still pictures. I mean, I do like images, but I love telling stories, and I love documenting everything and just enjoying it and getting out there on the stream and getting out there. And so I got inspired to build this channel back in 2008 or 2013, 14. I built a small channel, and I had no idea what I was doing. And I also created a read-along book, and it's got over 50,000 views, but it's in 420 resolution, something small like that. But super inspired to build the channel and create content, and my idea here is to bring you guys to some amazing places and tell stories and teach you with guides and all that fun stuff. And I want to give a shout out to Melody. I want to give it a shout out to Nick. I want to give a shout out to Amber. They've kind of been my inspiration and backbone to help me out with the channel. And yeah, so what got me into theme parks was all through high school I worked at a theme park. My entire high school career I worked at Six Flags over Georgia. And I worked in the Batman area when they reconstructed it. It was called Jolly Rogers, and they changed it into Gotham City. They put the Batmobile out there, the B&M coaster. One of the first B&M coasters that Six Flags got was Batman the Ride. It's under the track suspended coaster, and I was one of the first people to ride it. I got to test it before they even started doing like Disney does the cast member testing. I got to ride the ride with the engineers, And so it was so much fun to be a part of that. And I've just always been really inspired by going to theme parks, and hearing cheesy music and walking around and eating really good food. Being from the South, there's all these state fairs that happen. And so I got really inspired by food and roller coasters at theme parks. And so I worked at a theme park, and I tell you that I used to do like laser tag. I used to help run a laser tag game, and it's really cool to get in there and be involved in technology. And that also got me into music. We used to make these mixtapes and play music while the game was going, and it was just a lot of fun to bring our music in there and to create different mixes. And so, later in life, not really wanting to be a DJ because that involves staying out late, and it's a lot of work that on top of the work I already do, but um wasn't too inspired to be a DJ my whole life or anything like that. So what I really love, I mean, with this channel is like I get to create content, get to bring the music, get to go to places that I normally wouldn't get to go to, and get to meet so many people from the stream. So yeah, so I am going to build this channel moving forward. We're going to continue to do theme parks and cruising. And mostly we're going to stick to Disney because I just like Disney. And then when Epic Universe opens, I'm going to have a pass and I'll be there. I'll bring you guys with me and all that fun stuff. But, Food and Wine's coming up. I'm super excited. Epcot's my favorite park. I know most of you, or a lot of people out there, will say the same. Guardians of the Galaxy is my favorite roller coaster on the planet. And I love the music at Epcot, and an unpopular opinion is I love Spaceship Earth. I know most people think it's old. It needs to be refurbished and repurposed into something else. But that Spaceship Earth, it lets me know I'm at Epcot and everything is wonderful. And every time I usually ride it every time I go to the park, and it's the first thing I ride. And it's funny because the one thing I notice out of the rides, if you're going up through like where the space scene is, where Neil Armstrong is doing his step on the space, behind the couch you can see a mousetrap game. And I always notice that, and I think it's the coolest thing ever. But yeah, so if you have any questions, or if there's anything that you want to see on this channel, always feel free to drop me a line. I'm working on a website. I'm working on an email address so you guys can contact me. Don't quite have that up yet, but down in the description, I do have some social media links. If you guys want to follow my Following Cierra Instagram and Facebook, be happy to hear from you there. And yeah, so 6:18. So yeah, let's talk about what's coming up in the future. In 3 weeks, I'll be on the Carnival Glory, and I'll be making pre-recorded videos there. And I haven't quite decided if we're going to do like a C-Day live stream or not. I'm not 100% sure if I have the bandwidth on the ship's Wi-Fi. That's going to be a game time decision, honestly. Because I think most of the Carnival ships use Starlink now. And Starlink's pretty good, but there's places on the ship, and then I think they still use some of their legacy internet equipment as well. So it depends on where you're at and what network has picked you up on the ship. I've just seen some really weird stuff to where you do speedtest.net, like you can see what server you're coming from, and it's not always Starlink. But I'm definitely going to consider doing a stream on C-Day around the ship. At least be up on the Lido deck or somewhere. I'm just going to have to test out the Wi-Fi throughout the week. But my plan is to be at Epcot every Thursday And we're going to do a little mini series here this fall called Food and Wine Thursdays. But I was looking at my YouTube analytics a couple weeks ago when you guys were with me and we were at Magic Kingdom, and I was riding a bunch of rides and we were checking out the Halloween decorations. Like, that stream did so well. I had some of the best analytics, and then post stream, I've had an insane amount of watch hours. I think I had like 40 watch hours during the stream, and then now I have like 600. That video is really taken off, so I think that it is really important that get back to the Magic Kingdom and ride many more rides. But yeah. Hope you guys like my little setup here. Trying to get more things on my shelf. I really want a Spaceship Earth model. I got my Madame Leota, my Star Empire Strikes Back, and then got the child downstairs. And then my favorite Figment. I got my little Mickey pumpkin with the LED light. So yeah, and it's great. Yeah, I spent 3 years trying to build a studio and have like a podcast set up for us. And hey, I mean, it's working out so far. It's doing pretty good. So I'm getting ready probably in the next 10 minutes. We're going to switch up, and we're going to talk to Nick from Travel with Nick and Shannon. So let's give him about 10 minutes to come on, and then we'll talk about different things so far. Any of you guys want to drop in the chat and like bring up something about my channel, or if you want to talk about Disney, or we can talk about Universal, we can talk about cruising. And I'm really excited because I had recently got a new camera, which you're viewing me on it now. It's a Canon R8. And then I joined the bandwagon of all the Disney vloggers that I have known. And I just recently ordered a DJI Osmo Pocket 3. Super amazing camera, kind of really lightweight. And the problem with big cameras with gimbals, you're walking through a park and everybody's trying to look at you and bring a lot of attention to yourself. So it's gonna be really good to have that camera. And then it has a good low light function to where we're gonna be able to bring you guys on the rides much better. And be able to think my first test is going to be going to look at the Hatbox Ghost. I'm hoping I can do a walk on him, because the Doom buggy like goes back and forth a lot, and it's really hard to get a good picture of Hatbox Ghost. But yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. I'm looking forward to all the holiday decorations going up at the Grand Floridian, and also really looking forward to all the decorations going up at the Magic Kingdom. And then probably for the holidays, I want to be on the stream park hopping between Epcot and Studios, because there's a lot of amazing decorations and a lot of really good stuff going on at Studios. But I really want to be able to hit the Festival of the Holidays and be able to bring you guys to see the candlelight processional. If you haven't seen that, it's a must. It's really beautiful. But and then soon we'll be doing all that. So lots of things in store for the channel for this fall and winter. I am still in graduate school, so things may be a little slow on the video production, but I'm going to try to keep up with the Thursday live streams as much as I can. And I certainly this fall I definitely want to try to do some shorter home streams or something shorter and less time consuming for me to produce on the weekends, maybe like a Saturday or a Sunday afternoon, like news update or something. But yeah, so that's going to be a lot of fun. And hello Amber, hello, welcome in. Had a little bit of technical difficulties on the sound and a little lagging at first, but I think that we are good now. I think my home internet connection has some kind of, I think we're dropping packets, honestly. I'm going to need to prove that and try to get our ISP involved. But we are here, and I just kind of talked a little bit about the channel and direction and like as a creator. And really soon we're going to have Nick from Travel with Nick and Shannon. He's going to hop on to the stream. And then I'm really going to dive in where I'm going to drill him with a lot of questions. And I certainly would like the audience here to chime in and ask him some questions as well. He should be able to see the chat, and I'll be able to see it as well. Yeah, let me go ahead and pull those questions up. There we go. And so, with that being said, how is everybody doing? How's everybody's week? I know last week we had a really cool stream over at Disney Springs, and I had a lot of fun on the stream. Again, we had some technical difficulties starting the stream. Seems to be a pattern there. Today was a completely different situation, but yeah, I just got to figure out this home stream thing because there's so much involved in it. I have lighting, cameras, new microphone. I have a mixer board, and the mic went back on mute, so sorry about that. Be just a few minutes and we'll get Nick set up. So let me just go ahead and jump in the chat. So yeah, putting dinner on warm instead of on high. That is kind of like the way my stream went at the beginning. Because I kept like not hitting mute or hitting the wrong button. And I had like the audio going into the browser feed, which was creating the echo for you guys. So Amber, I definitely hit a lot of buttons that I should have hit the different button. And let me go ahead and making sure Nick has his link and that everything is set up. And I really do miss being in a park tonight. It rained really crazy too. It was like raining all day, and I didn't think that the weather would have been that good anyway. But it turned out, or everything was okay. Everything turned out to be okay. But I could have went to a park tonight, and I was thinking about going to Hollywood Studios. But I just thought about let's sit down and have a live stream, do a little podcast setup, and see how things are going. Yeah, the struggle bus can be real sometimes. I don't feel like I've struggled as much this week as I have in the previous weeks. But Yeah, there's always that. And yeah, so one thing I did do is I watched. Let me go ahead and pull this up on the screen. And Melody, if you can chime in and let me know what that Epcot Disney show we watched, but it was really cool. It kind of showed how they brought the park together for like its new state, and it was really cool because it certainly talked about Epcot and the state of becoming. It's called Epcot Becoming on Disney Plus, and it was really cool because it was really showed how they created Luminous and how they planned and recorded Luminous and all the, and then it showed how they installed Guardians of the Galaxy, a little bit of Rumi's Ratatouille Adventure, and then they talked a little bit about Unicorn Hall and Moana's Journey of Water. But yeah. But yeah, back to last week's Disney Plus stream. I mean, Disney Spring stream. Actually got to watch the drone show twice, and I don't know if you guys saw it at the very end, but one of the drones fell out of the sky, and it was lit up, and it just stayed in the water. So obviously, it must be waterproof. Because, and then after the show, they went out on boats, and I was looking really closely, and it looked like there was only one drone fall. And I'm told from what I hear is those drones only, like a DJI drone, the DJI Mavic drones, they only have like 30 or 40 minutes like fly time. And you get like an hour and a half to charge those drones. So like some of them like will lose their battery and can't fly anymore. And they'll start falling out of the sky, and that's usually true for the second show. But I don't know that I will, but I really hope that I can get back out there and catch the show again. So let me go ahead and start working on. Let's go ahead and get Nick on the stream here. I'm gonna go ahead and jump. Nick is just getting ready to join us. Uh, let's go ahead and. One second. All right, let's give him a second to get on the stream. Yeah, that. Oh. Certainly shows that I am not super nervous. I don't know that these home streams are cut out for me just yet. Nick is here with us. We're going to get him on the stream in just a moment. As soon as I can get my life together. It looks like my audio and video is good. We're having lots and lots of trouble today. All right. We're having trouble with Nick trying to get into the stream. As soon as I see him up on the screen here, I will certainly get us connected. Yeah, so worked earlier in the week and everything was good to go. There's really nothing that I should be configuring on my end. Oh, I see what he's saying. We're going to create a room and we're going to call it Following Cierra. On everything. Copy the link. Edit the guest feed. Oh. Let me try this. Looks like Video Ninja's down at the moment. I'm getting the same results. It is not my fault. Yeah, so Video Ninja's the one that's down. It is not us. Let me try this one, this link. Okay, so let's do this. Nick, I'm going to send you a link. I believe that is going to work. So friends, you gotta love technology and live streaming. This all happens to the best of us. Just on the live stream, you guys get to hang out with me and experience it yourself. All right, so let's do this. Let me get him on. So I have Nick on, and I'm just trying to get. Alrighty, so you guys are ready? I am ready. Hello, Nick. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Awesome. Sorry, this stream has been very fun. Lots of challenges. So yeah, so Nick has been around on this channel since the beginning, and I'm super grateful to announce Nick from Nick and Travel with Nick and Shannon. And so I want to ask him, he can tell us a little bit about himself and how he got into Disney travel planning.
So thank you. Hold on, I'm getting feedback. Can everyone hear me?
I can hear you, and if you don't have their stream muted, then you might hear something.
Can you hear me?
I can certainly hear you, and anybody in the stream can hear him. Definitely let us know. He's Lucky Dog.
So apparently I'm a little loud, but that's okay because anyone who knows me knows that I am a loud person. No, so I like everyone, I grew up with Disney. My first park was Epcot. Was actually their opening day. Always wanted to work for Disney, like it's everyone's dream. And I had the opportunity to do it. I was a cast member in the parks from 2000 to 2008. Worked different aspects. I was a college program participant for 3 years before moving into the role of special events coordinating with the Magic Kingdom special events team. And then went and was part of the recruiting team for the college program. So I did that from 2008 to 2009. Left the company and then started working for the company again at the Disney stores here in the Atlanta area for a little over 2.5 years, and got shut down during COVID. So figured, what's the best way of continuing making magic for families if I'm not in the parks or in the stores, and just helping families plan their vacations.
And leading into from that question, we're going to lead in this question. So I guess what has inspired you to be a planner, and what do you like most about being a travel planner? I know you're not only Disney, but I know
right.
you do other things as well.
Yeah, so Yeah, I enjoy being the travel planner because it allows me to make friends. Andy said earlier today that I am his plant, or he is my plant slash sidekick. But if it weren't for travel planning, then I probably wouldn't have been friends with Andrew, with Lucky Dog. We've been friends for 2 years going. We've done a couple Disney races together. We've done a couple virtual races together. He's in Texas, I'm in Georgia, and we just have fun doing it. I mean, it's one of those things where you're making friends as you're doing it. So I don't consider this as a job. I consider it as a hobby, and that it makes me and it just makes me happy to see families enjoying and creating those special moments.
Yeah, definitely the magic in the parks, and you're just seeing everybody having the time of their life is what it's all about. So, what services do you offer as a Disney travel planner, and how can you help someone plan their Disney vacation?
So we offer things all over the board, not just Disney, but anywhere that your heart desires to take you. Yes, we are a Disney authorized travel planner. So what does that mean? That means that we have access to the different deals that are going out. Sometimes we get better deals for our clients than what they can find on booking the sites themselves. Perfect example, Sierra and Melody, they booked a one-day vacation with us back in July. And yes, they are annual pass holders, but there was a deal out there for annual pass holders, but we got them for a cheaper rate. So, that's always great to see. We charge nothing for our services. We don't get paid until you check out of your vacation, and you don't pay us, the destination pays us.
Yeah, from what I'm hearing, there's a marketing budget in every single travel instance, and whether if you use it or not, it doesn't cost you any money. So better to have an agent than like go
And
alone.
And let me just chime in here. If you do book a vacation with us, and a deal drops from Disney or Universal or a cruise line destination, and your trip qualifies for that deal, then we're going to go in and we're going to add it for you automatically, so you don't have to worry about it. We'll let you know how much you saved. We also get up at 6 o'clock in the morning, 60 days before your check-in date for Disney or Disneyland vacations, and we'll make those dining reservations for you. All we ask that is, you give us your login for your My Disney experience. We'll make the reservations, and then when we're done, you can change the password and everything's good to go, or we can call it in for you, so that way you don't have to wait on those whole times, and you can get around to your day and let us do the hard work.
And I don't know if most of y'all know, but the new Lightning Lane system, if you stay on a Disney resort, you can do it 7 days out, so you're going to get the first picks. And guess who's going to be up doing that? Your good friend Nick, that's planning your vacation for you. And then we're going to lead into the next question. Can you share some tips for getting the most out of a Disney park visit, especially for first-time guests?
So to get the most out of your visit, you want to get there early. Get there for rope drop. Most of the parks, when you stay on Disney property, you can get in a half hour early. So get there as soon as the park opens. Knock out the attractions you want to do. If you want to take advantage of the Lightning Lane single pass or the multiple Lightning Lane features, you're more than welcome to do that. And that's one thing Shannon and I can really discuss with a one-on-one basis, depending on if it falls within your budget or what you're looking to do. The good thing is now that we are out of COVID and the park hopping restrictions have gone away, let's say you want to do a couple rides at Magic Kingdom, knock those out, go over to Epcot, have lunch. Then you go over to the studio, to Hollywood Studios, and do a couple attractions over there. Then you want to go over to Animal Kingdom. So, the world is your oyster when you're down there. But if you're going to be a first-time visitor and you're going to be down there for quite a while, 4 or 5 days is the average vacation stay that we've been seeing. It allows you to get that time in the parks that you want to. It allows you to get that time and, go back and enjoy the hotel, enjoy the amenities, enjoy the pools at the hotel midday to kind of relax, and then go back in the evenings to finish out your night.
That's certainly awesome. Back when I worked there, I think the best advice that I had was like, don't do like 4 straight days. Do like a rest day in the middle and just hang out at the resort and rest and then go back at it, because park hopping and hitting all these parks for like 4 straight days and you're totally dead. And so I'll jump into the next question. How do you stay up to date on the latest Disney park changes, promotions, and events?
So, just like everyone, there's Disney Food Blog, there's DSNY Newscast, there's a lot of different social media out there. There's Following Cierra's channel that goes around and posts things. What we typically do is before an announcement is made, we will get a notification from the Disney Travel Company and saying, hey, heads up, this is what's coming out. But unfortunately, when they tell us, they say we cannot make the announcement or we cannot post it on our pages until it's from the official Disney page. So we might see something come through, but we just don't see it until it's actually announced. But yeah, I mean, we keep track of everything. Let it be with Universal. I mean, heck, this morning they just announced that they're allowing for hotel stays at the Grand Helios Hotel as part of Universal's Epic Universe, their newest theme park opening up next year. So we can start booking those, I believe, in March, April timeframe. So we're getting a close announcement for when Epic Universe is going to be opening up. Earlier this week, Disneyland just released their 2025 vacation packages. So now we can book 2025 vacation packages. The cruise lines, Carnival just released 25 and 26 vacation cruise itineraries. So, if you're looking for a cruise line in the next year and a half, we can start doing that. So whenever something comes up, we will get the notification, but then we're also on the back end of, can we release it until it's actually announced by the destination itself?
Yeah, I certainly have to hit you up on some cruise Carnival stuff, because I'm going on a trip here in like 2.5 weeks, and I don't know that I could have got a better deal. And like, I'm not a veteran cruiser, but I'm an experienced cruiser, and it'd be awesome to see what kind of resources you have on that. So what are some of the most frequently asked questions or concerns that you encounter from clients?
Some of the questions we get asked are, and Andy just posted in here, can we help with DVC planning? Unfortunately, we cannot. So if you are a DVC member, you have to go through them to plan everything. We can help you with tickets on that aspect, but unfortunately, we can't do any DVC planning. We can book DVC resorts. Those are normally released to the public about 11 months prior to when you're looking to go down, and that just all depends on inventory, because a lot of times things do not get released out because the DVC members want to take hold of them first. Other questions we get asked is, and I had one person the other day asking if the dining plan is worth it, the Disney dining plan. And to our family, it is worth it, because that just means that we get all of our snacks, we get all of our meals, we get everything. We prepay for everything up front, and then we don't have to worry about spending money when we get down there. The downside of it is if you're looking to be there for the parks and be there for the attractions and the shows and everything else, and the Disney dining plan might not be best for you, because it does take a lot of time out of your day, especially when you start doing plans that, you can have 3 table service meals a day. And that can get very expensive, and that can get very time consuming if you're looking to do all the attractions.
Most certainly. Let's. Okay, what do you tailor Disney vacations to meet specific needs of preferences of your clients?
In order to, one of the things is with clients, it's, getting to know them. Ask to see what they want to get out of the trip. And like I said, do they, are they going down with is it a young family going down? Okay, well, if they have two young kids, what do they like? And we'll plan a vacation around their kids. If they want to stay at the Art of Animation Resort, then we can go for some of the suites that they have over there. If they're Finding Nemo, then put them in a Finding Nemo suite. If they don't care for suites or anything along those lines, then we can put them in a standard room themed to where they're looking for. If they're looking for, if they want to spend their year's worth of salary and they've been saving up for a while and they want to just go all out, then we'll put, if they want to spend time at the Magic Kingdom Resort, so let it be the Grand Floridian or any of those resorts over there, and we'll book that. If they want to do with a VIP tour, we can book those for them. So everything is customizable. It's just we'll ask those questions, you tell us the answers, and we'll customize it out for you.
Awesome. That's good stuff. Can you provide an example of how you help a client overcome challenges or make the most of their trip?
Can you repeat that, Sierra?
Can you provide an example of how you've helped the client overcome some challenges or make the most of their Disney trip?
Well, I mean, yeah, it's one of those where my parents were down there last year for their 50th wedding anniversary. They had some tickets from 15 years ago that were never used. And, a lot of people don't realize this, but if you have those older tickets, then you can still use them. They'll just take them for face value from back then and put them towards the new ones for here, for your current stay. So I was probably on the phone with cast services for ticketing services for probably about a good hour to an hour and a half, trying to get the tickets updated for them and the pricing updated for them, and so that way they can go and have a good time. There are some things that can happen while on your trip, and we are there for you. Technically speaking, once you check in, unless it's something outside of an emergency, Disney or whoever you're traveling to, Disney, Universal, Cruise Line, they are your go-to. They are your first stop. But we had a family that went down to Universal. Their husband's ticket was not showing up in the system. They called me. I called Universal and I said, hey, what's going on here? And when I submitted everything, I verified the information with the client. It was all right. But when it got transmitted to Universal, there was one letter missing off the last name. So they could not find that ticket because of that one letter. But we got it all squared away, and yeah, it sent them back probably about 15, 20 minutes to start their day. But after that, they had a blast. They couldn't, they rode the Mummy numerous times and sent pictures to me, and so it's stuff like that helps with why we do this and making sure our clients have that good time.
I know I personally have never had a bad time at a theme park, and many of times I have been through situations where it didn't go as planned, but good to have somebody in your court to help you on the outside so you can spend more time having fun than worrying about anything that's going to go wrong.
And let me chime in here real quick to Andrew, because he always, or Lucky, because he always hounds me on this one. No, you're not getting a free trip from me.
I think that would mean that you would have to spend some of your money to give him a free trip. Yeah, I mean, I live like 30 minutes from Disney and I don't get a free trip. I'd got to pay for my annual pass and got to buy a drink or two, or I mean, I could bring a water bottle, but I honestly don't like carrying a bunch of stuff. Do you have any success stories from any of experiences from your clients that you want to share?
What was that, Sierra?
Do you have any like really amazing, like magical experiences you want to share that maybe some of your clients experienced while on one of the trips that you help plan?
So, yes, when we do, when a guest checks in, especially Disney, Disney's known for making magic. They're known for surprising their guests. Now, it's not as much as it used to be, but they're getting back to it. We did send a client down who was staying over at the All-Star Movies Resort. It was just 4 of them. They were just going down for a week. It was their first time down there, but they were going for their son's 10th birthday. I put in their reservation notes that their son really loved The Lion King, and they go to check into their resort, and they get told that they are no longer staying at that resort. They were actually moved over to the Art of Animation over in the Lion King suite. And that was something that they did not expect. There was no additional charge for them. That was just something that Disney did based off the notes that I had in their reservation system, and they were wholeheartedly enjoyed about that and really shocked.
That sounds pretty incredible. Not Disney, but I have a similar story. Melody and I were on a Royal Caribbean cruise last year, and some things didn't go as planned, and all of a sudden we have all this onboard credit, and it was really nice for people who are there to help with your experience and make it even better. See what upcoming Disney events or changes are you most excited about, and how they might impact vacation planning?
So I am really excited about the announcements from D23. I know a lot of people are not. We're finally getting the Villains Land. That's been, for the last 25 years, there's been a 5th gate rumored for a Villains theme park. But I'm actually glad we're getting the Villains Land. I'm not too happy that they're ripping out Rivers of America and Tom Sawyer's Island. I know Lucky enjoys going over to Tom Sawyer's Island because we were talking earlier this afternoon. I think he might be older than me, but I'm more mature than he is, and it shows when we're down at Disney together. So he just posted he's going to boycott for them getting rid of Tom Sawyer Island. The lounges are kind of getting oversaturated. I'm not a big fan of the lounges, especially the DVC lounges when they're taking things out to put things in. The Frontier Shooting Arcade, prime example. They got rid of that to put in a vacation club lounge. Not a big fan of that. But there are some things that they did announce that are coming down the pipe that I'm really excited for. Dinosaur, never cared for it. Can't wait till Indiana Jones opens up here in the next 4 or 5 years, how long it takes me to get all that stuff done. The one thing I wish they would bring back, and I know they're not going to, is going to be free Fast Pass. That was something that enjoyed when I was younger, getting up, running to the Fast Pass kiosks and getting your tickets and then going to enjoy the day. So, I'm glad that they're kind of working that back towards the Fast Pass Plus system, even though it is behind a paywall. But I'm glad that they're not nickel and diming like they were with the initial rollout of GD Plus, which was actually never supposed to be a monetized system. That was decided under the Chapek era that was going to be monetized, and it was never supposed to be. So there are some things that have been stuck around over the last 5 years that need to go away, but I think this year's D23, with everything that was announced for all the parks, not just for Orlando, but for Disneyland and international, I think is a good thing. And to bring something that is not a clone over to Magic Kingdom in the form of Radiator Springs Racers. I'm glad they're bringing cars over. but I'm actually more excited and not bringing over an actual clone from that attraction.
Yeah, I just to bounce on that a little bit, Rivers in America and the Liberty Bell has a very important part in my life because I mean that childhood memories there. I'm not a big Tom Sawyer Island fan, but I know quite a few people are, so I won't like jump there. But the Liberty Bell, the steamboat, and that's kind of a big deal, and it's so funny because most people didn't even know there was a track underneath the water for that boat. I think it's funny that
Well,
I
and
was
that's where when I did my first internship with Disney on the college program, I was actually a captain on the friendship boats that went from World Showcase to Future World over at Epcot, and then also in the Epcot resorts back there. So a lot of people thought that we were on tracks, but we would show them that we weren't, and they'd be kind of shocked on it. And it's actually one of the funny things is back then, whenever it was your final day as a cast member, whenever your internship and your college program ended, it was tradition that they would put two interns on the boats, going on each side of the lagoon, and then also over at Crescent Lake, so over by the Epcot resorts. And they would actually have it timed so that way each boat would do a 360 and we'd lay on the horns. So all of a sudden you're hearing these boat horns go off in the park and in the resort area, and that was the intern's final saying of goodbye. That was our final trip of our program.
so yeah. Yeah, that sounds like I don't know. I wish I could experience the parks more back in those days. I was either a really little kid or came back before the pandemic and probably helped justify my decision coming here to live. But we just got a couple more questions on that. Can you share a memorable moment or feedback from a client that highlights the value of your planning services?
Just like I said earlier, if a client books a trip with us and then all of a sudden a deal drops, like prime example right now, 2025 up through October of 2025 is bookable for Orlando, but the deals are not out yet. If you book a trip with us, let's say in January, and a deal drops during that time frame that you're going, we're gonna call it in, and we're gonna get your reservation to be part of that deal. I did have a client that I saved their family about $1,500 just because their vacation qualified for the deal that had dropped in. And that allowed them to spend extra money on food, which they were happy for because they were actually going down for the culinary experience. But then they ended up, buying some from me and sending it to me. So, I don't expect gifts, Andrew. I don't expect gifts to be sent over to me, but it's that kind of experience that guests do take away from it, is that the fact that here we are, we're saving them money, and they don't even have to worry about it. They book with us, they check in, they check out, and then hopefully we did a good job during the planning sessions with them for the months coming up, and they decide to book again.
Sounds really good. Yeah, there's a few resorts I wanted to check in with you about offline. Not at the moment, but maybe in the near future. But I'm gonna go ahead and answer your final question that I had for you. And it goes, finally, where can our listeners find more about your services and get in touch with you for their Disney vacation needs? You're gonna find a link down in the description of this stream. And it's gonna be under my affiliate links where it's gonna say travel with Nick and Shannon. All you have to do is click on the link, fill out the form, select the vacation that you're kind of looking for, and Nick or Shannon will contact you and try to match you with the vacation that you're looking for. If you guys are certainly interested in using Nick's services, especially because I just think it's so much better to have an expert in your court instead of having to go and make mistakes and learn from mistakes. You already got somebody who knows what the mistakes are and are going to make sure that they're not made. So I just want to thank you a lot for being on this stream and being a part of this channel. And like I said, if you guys really need some help or you just want some information or want to see if he's a good fit, definitely click down on the link in the description. And I thank you, and we're going to continue on. We're going to start diving into the Food and Wine Festival at Epcot.
Well, thank you for having me.
Oh, thank you, and I will see you soon.
All right.
All righty. So without further ado, getting a little side swapped here. So on August 29th, 2024, the 2024 Food and Wine Festival is coming. And I am super, super excited. And it's not just the food and wine, it's the atmosphere of Epcot. There's Eat to the Beat concert series, and it's just like Epcot's just so peaceful. And it may not have other than Guardians and Test Tracks under refurbishment, so we're not going to see that for this festival. But to be honest with you, like it's just where it's at. But over the years and spending a lot of time, I think that the Food and Wine Festival ties with me for the best festival. I really love the Flower and Garden Festival. The time I go to the park the most and the weather is the best. But, as we wind down, go through the festival, the weather's going to get better and better and better. And so on the screen here, I've got on the screen, I've got a map here. And what you're going to see a bunch of green right here in the World Celebration area. And you will not see Communicore Hall. And we know that's there because it's last year's map. But I'm going to use this map and reference back to it as needed. But yeah, so anytime any of you guys got any questions or comments, or you want to talk about a certain thing or what your favorite part of the Food and Wine Festival is, be sure to drop me a line in the chat, and be super excited to talk about it. But I'm going to go over to Disney's page here, and then we're going to start with the global marketplaces. So I think the mac and cheese booth was over closer to the fry basket. But this year it's over in Communicore Hall. And it looks like from here, Communicore Hall is going to give us 2 places to get Food and Wine Festival favorites. So we're gonna start here at Macatizers, Communicore Hall, which I think is going to be that main food window, but I'm not 100% sure. We have traditional macaroni and cheese with herb panko. For those who didn't know, that's the breading, like little shakes that go on top, kind of give it a good texture. So that would be pretty good. and the cheesesteak macaroni and cheese with shaved beef and peppers, onions, and breadcrumbs. I'm personally gonna go for that. It's probably gonna be one of the first things I do next week. Hopefully, we can go and meet Mickey and Minnie, and like the line won't be too long. That would be really cool, but we'll see. If the line's more than like 15 or 20 minutes, then we're gonna pass. Then we have truffle macaroni and cheese, and then impossible chili cheese macaroni and cheese and sour and cheddar. This booth is going to be really good. And I think it's gonna be a really good first booth to go to. Well, it's booth number 1 on the map and everything. So the beverages, we have a Crooked Can Brewing Company. It's going to be interesting. It's listed as a velvet lager, Vinifera velvet lager. I'm from Atlanta, and there's a lot of microbreweries, so like it's always good to see something good and new come up. Down here in Florida, it's really hot and the sun's out, so the heavier beers don't do quite as well here. But it would be interesting to see that one. Southern Tier Brewing Company, Raspberry Shine Summer Sweet Ale. Sounds pretty good too. We have Lexington Brewing Company, Distilling Company, Kentucky Pumpkin Bourbon. So my pumpkin friends out there and my bourbon friends out there, we are going to get a pumpkin bourbon at Epcot this year, which is pretty cool. Get a Behringer Brothers cab. Got a Sauvignon Blanc. Camus has something out there. And then it looks like you'll be able to get a beer and wine flight out of all these choices here. So let's hop over to Festival Favorites. Hold on, Festival Favorites, Communicore Hall. Like for food, we're gonna get a kielbasa and potato. I'm butchering these names, so please forgive me. PRGs with the caramelized onions and sour cream. I'm not 100% sure what that is, but we will definitely look into that. Barbecue pork rinds with pimento cheese. If you're from the South, that is certainly like a must grab item there. But checking the chat there. And then we have a key lime tart. And then we have a frozen s'mores beverage, an Irish milkshake. And then we have a grapefruit Hefeweizen. This is going to be a grapefruit German style lager. Parish Brewing Company is going to have some kind of Cabernet strawberry. $3 Brewing's going to be there with a blonde ale. And then they're going to offer beer flights and a cab and Martine Ray Chardonnay. All right, so going back to the map over here in the green, Communicore Hall, and now we're going to work our way over here to the fry basket and kind of go into the park through Mexico. So let's go do that. Got all these windows up. I was going through Disney Food Blog and a couple other things, but to be honest with you, Disney's actual site is the best here. So Coastal Eats gonna be over there near Mission Space. If I'm not mistaken, it's that main booth as you go over there towards Test Track. If I'm not mistaken, and 1 year for Food and Wine Festival, they changed the menu like every few weeks. But I don't know if this is the same one, so go ahead and dive into the menu here. So we have roasted, lobster tail is going to be over here this year. Okay, over near Mission Space. We're going to have lobster tail, which I had a lobster tail for Flower and Garden Festival. it was over there near the butterfly tent, kind of over there near Figment as well. And then we're gonna have a jumbo shrimp cocktail sauce. You know, I'm not extremely like excited about shrimp cocktail because I like my shrimp to be cooked. They don't have to be crazy cooked, but like I like them cooked. But if you like peeling your shrimp and doing all that fun stuff, then this is for you. Then we have a widely brut cuvee from brut cuvee from Australia. I'm definitely down with the bubbly, sparkly. So certainly looking forward to that. And then we have a cork circle seamless flute. Last year on my channel, now I didn't really get a lot of views and still working on developing the channel a lot more than I am now. But I attended the fry basket and I really like the salt and vinegar fries because you can actually get like a fry flight and you can get like 3 different kinds of fries. And let's see what they got here. It's a truffle parmesan, then have barbecue bacon with smoking aioli, and then you have the sweet potato fries. I guess they did not bring back the salt and vinegar ones, and I'm really sad because those were my favorite. But this is a really popular booth, so you might want to jump over there and try to get there a little early. Kind of over there near the little World of Coca-Cola area, the refreshment station, and what goes better with fries than Coca-Cola? All right, so flavors from fire. This is the booth that changes for the seasons. That changes through the seasons, I believe. It did a couple years ago anyway. This is probably, I mean, all of my favorite booths. So you hear me saying that this is my favorite, it probably just means I like them a lot. So let's dive in and see what they got. See what they're going to start with. We're going to start off with an Impossible Montreal style burger with slider, cheddar, tomato jam on a sesame bun. And then it's going to have a steakhouse blended burger. Yes, Amber, I love those salt and vinegar fries. They were so good. And it looks like they're not on the menu, but we will find out next week because I will be there. I will go look for these salt and vinegar fries. But back to flavors of fire. I remember I had some kind of roast beef kind of prime rib thing. Might have been the smoked corned beef. I think that's what I had last year. So if you want to see what it looked like last year, you can definitely find my video, Food and Wine Festival, and please excuse the video quality because every week I make a new video and I learn a new thing. So, but on the drinks we have a Deschutes Brewery Black Butter Porter, a Four Virtues Bourbon Zinfandel. I think that is what I drank on the video. And then we have a Swine Brine Jim Beam Bourbon Apple Cinnamon Cider with lemon juice and Dijon mustard. And Melody, I think that would be kind of your jam right there. All right, so let's head back over to the map. So we've came from Communicore Hall and we've walked all over here. And we've hit this area right here. So let's go ahead and go over to the Brewing Lab over at the Odyssey. And let's check out to see what they're offering this year. Here's the picture. I don't know if you guys heard that they were doing a pickle milkshake last year. And what I will say is the pickle milkshake is the most interesting thing ever. Pickle milkshake, I wouldn't say it's something that I loved. I wouldn't say this is something I gotta have. But I am so glad that I tried it because I actually thought it was good. It was one of those things that you really want to try, but not sure you want to keep buying them over and over. Yeah, so The pickle milkshake, definitely you got to try it. Check it out. It's sweet, but it kind of has like a pickle tart to it, and Disney definitely got that recipe right. So we're gonna say unnecessarily spicy yet extremely tasty Carolina Reaper pepper curry wings with creamy cucumber ratasha. And if I'm saying all this stuff wrong, yeah, sorry butchering these names. And then we have traditional wings with celery and ranch. And we have the peanut butter and jelly sticky wings. I also tried those. You know, not like the most appealing flavor of wings, but because the Brewing Lab is Muppets based, it's definitely a big hit with guests. So, definitely want to go in there. And like, if you're a wings fan, you want to try something new, I think this is a great area to go in. And then usually they have like a little screen and a little Muppet show there. Not like the puppets, but like at least a screen, or it's like showing stuff. And very popular area. So, and it is indoors, so it will get you out of the sun a little bit. But keep in mind that this is probably the busiest booth in the whole festival, and it's gonna may take you a little while to get in and out of that one. Yeah, so let's cover the. And we had the garlic parmesan wings, the impossible wings, impossible buffalo chicken tenders, and then the fried pickle spears. And then we've got the Coppertail Brewing smoked lager. We have a Serrano hard cider. We have a pickle hard seltzer. And then we have a Heffenweisen from Three Daughters. And then Hibiscus prickly pear. So it looks like they've got a sour beer this year. And I will certainly be there to try it. And we have a white oak Jai Alai. White oak, I guess it's a white ale. Frozen pomegranate raspberry tea. Twinings with pomegranate raspberry herbal tea with orange ice cream molecules. It is non-alcoholic. Pickle milkshake is non-alcoholic. And this place also was going to offer beer flights in these flavors. So I'm probably not going to jump into the noodle exchange. I see in that, like, I don't want to bore you guys to death. Like, you can see the URL on my page here, and you probably check it out. I hope that each and every one of you get to go here and experience the Food and Wine Festival. So I'm not gonna go over the noodle exchange, but I do want to hit Australia. So it's going to be, let me jump over here. Australia is gonna be, here's Disney Traders here on the screen, and it's gonna be somewhere over here. It's gonna be before you get to Mexico. And let's jump right in and let's just briefly look at it. I'm not gonna explain everything, but let's take a look. We have a grilled raspberry spice shrimp skewer. We have lamb chop and a yellow cake with raspberry filling. Sauvignon Blanc. And then it looks like they're gonna offer wine flights as well. So before you get to the walk up, the quick service Mexican restaurant, like right before you get to the sit down one on the other side of the pyramid, this is going to be that little stand there. It's usually really busy. And it looks like it's going to be tempura, battered, tostito with the fried corn tortilla, or barbacoa, flautas, pan de elote, the traditional Mexican cornbread with chocolate sauce and queso fresco. And then getting into the margaritas, it's going to be a mango sunrise margarita. And we have a poblano margarita. And then there'll be some kind of Mexican craft beer there as well. Let's jump into China. Let's grab China on the map here. Wow, there's no Norway. Don't look like there's going to be a food and festival booth, a wine and festival booth in Norway. So let's cover China. Crispy duck bao bun with hoisin sauce, and Shanghai scallion noodles with shrimp. Sounds pretty good, actually. Pan fried chicken and dumplings. House-made sweet and spicy sauce. I'd be really interested to see what kind of sauce they have there. And orange mango cocktail with a gold tequila. And a brew hub lychee foo draft beer. And that's out of Lakeland, Florida. Interesting. So we're going to hop over to India next. Which India... It's going to be somewhere over here, or it says Outpost. It's going to be before you get to Germany. I think it's going to be this number 11 here, right over there in the area. If I'm not mistaken. Go ahead and drop some of these, just so I don't get confused. So we have a potato and peas samosa with coriander lime cream, chicken tikka masala, and fennel spiced yogurt with naan bread. And then our drinks is a mango lassi. We have a Taj Mahal premium lager. They have a tropical sparkling wine, and a chai cream liqueur. A mango lassi with s'mores chai cream liqueur. And I know I'm messing all these words up, but don't know about you guys, but I'm getting really hungry. Definitely gonna have to snack it up. Definitely gonna have to snack it up after the show. But if you guys are here, and certainly if you'd like to support the channel, please give me a like and hit the subscribe button and hit the bell notification. So you will know when I go live next Thursday in the park for the Food and Wine Festival. So there's going to be a refreshment outpost hosted by Coke. Oh, yummy. They have an impossible size spicy sausage, curried chicken, and South African bar sausage, and a chocolate mousse. Got a few beers there, some hard ciders, and a watermelon hibiscus. Then we're going to head over to the Alps. Let me grab the map, see if I can see where the Alps were. The Alps is number 13. Okay, the Alps is going to be right before you get to Germany here. And it's going to be a warm raclette Swiss cheese with alpine ham, baby potatoes, cornichons, and a baguette. You have a warm raclette Swiss cheese with baby potatoes, cornichons, and a baguette. know why they put that twice. Oh, it just don't have the ham and cheese. So basically the difference is that no ham and cheese there. And then you have a dark chocolate fondue with berries and pound cake. You're going to have a Stiegel, key hard lime, and a frozen rosé. Interesting. A frozen rosé in the Alps. That's pretty cool. And then one of my favorites is Germany. You can have a Snickendoodlen pasta gratin with ham and cheese and onions. You have a bratwurst on a pretzel roll with mustard. That sounds very good. Definitely go for one of those right now. And then we have an apple strudel with vanilla sauce. And we have a Dunkel Lager Stowe from Vermont. A lemon zest Heffingweizen. And a Sabach Oyster Riesling. And a Festbier Riesling. And then they're going to be serving beer flights as well. And then Spain, we have a Spanish charcuterie, some red sangria. And then let's get ready and let's get prepared for Italy, because Italy's gonna be a good one. Italian style nachos, homemade beef ragout, pasta chips, tomato sauce, and dried ricotta cheese. We have a Popoltine, Toscani, beef meatballs, rosemary, focaccia, and a pomodoro sauce. And that's going to be, all these are going to be new items. So it looks like Italy is going to be awesome. Vanilla cheesecake with whipped cream and fresh strawberry sauce. I will so be there. And then we have a Bellini Spirits. Certainly will be there to check that out. Flavors of America. Let's see if we can find that one on the map. I'm wondering if hops and barley is going to be flavors of America now. Let's go ahead and hop over and check out the menu, but that could be the case. That could be the case to where... Trying to get good on the camera here. So we have a New York style cheesecake with a New York style all beef hot dog with sauerkraut, onion, tomato sauce, and spicy mustard on a brioche bun. We have Chicago style all beef hot dog with tomato, dill pickle, pickled sports pepper, diced onions, yellow mustard, and a Chicago green relish in a poppy seed bun. And then we'll also have Carolina style all beef hot dog with chili, coleslaw, and yellow mustard on a brioche bun. And then the Southwest style will be an all beef hot dog wrapped in bacon with warm pinto beans, tomatoes, jalapenos, avocado, crema, and queso fresco on a French roll. And we have a freshly baked chocolate pudding cake with bourbon caramel. And we have the Ommegang Brewery, Goose Island, Wicked Weed Fest, and they're going to be serving beer flights at this one as well. And who is ready for some funnel cake? Funnel cake. I have lots and lots of love for a funnel cake. But let's go ahead and view the summary and jump in. View the menu. So it's going to be tiramisu funnel cake with vanilla ice cream, chocolate topped with chocolate rum sauce. And going to have cream cheese, whipped cream dusted with cocoa and espresso powder. All right, so let's head over to Japan and see what's cooking over here in Japan. I know that we're about to see some sake. We have a Wagyu Temaikai sushi, handheld sushi with a sweet and savory American Wagyu beef topped with Tanaka Japanese pickles and spicy mayo sauce. Yes, there's so much food, Nick, that I want to try at this place. Like, I have to get a second job to pay for this. Um, there's so much food, and like, I'm really happy because I go to the parks and I stream and I don't eat. I like grab something to eat the first time, and now all I gotta do is bring the stream and like show you guys what I'm having and let you people watch while I get a little bit of food down. But yeah, we're gonna each week that I go, we're gonna go try some dishes. We're gonna go. Of course, you can't try them, but you'll be able to see the dishes, and I'll try to get a drink and an item at least once every stream, probably twice, maybe a food item, a drink, and like later a snack. So definitely compile a list for me of all the things that you want to see. Unless you're gonna be here, come on down and check this stuff out for yourself. But so it looks like Japan's got lots of sushi, and then our beverages is gonna be a grape sour kyo with black grape cocktail. Grape soda is where it's at, so I'm sure that this is good as well. And it's also new. They do have sake and they do have Sapporo, a premium beer. So Japan's gonna be a good one as well. And then let's check out Greece. Let's check out Greece. Banakapita, an impossible moussaka, griddled cheese with pistachios and honey, and a lamb gyro with shaved lettuce, tomato, cucumber relish, and tzatziki. Don't want to mess that word up even more. On a warm flatbread. We have Greek melon limeade. We have a white wine, rosé Peloponnese, and a dry red. And then in Greece, they're also going to be serving wine flights. So the Tangerine Cafe. Let's go ahead and check out where we might think that might be on the. Okay, it's number 20. So let's go ahead and check out the map here. So you're seeing some of these booths are going to be the same, but I think there's been a few that we rename. And that's what I thought. Tangerine Cafe is over there by Spice Table Road in Morocco. Wow, we've already made it over to Morocco. That's so crazy that we're already this far. But yeah, it's going to be over near Spice Table Road, and let's go ahead and dive into the Tangerine Cafe real quick. So Morocco spice lamb, pita with tomato, cucumber, fried falafel pita, stone baked Moroccan bread, pistachio cake. Looks like we got some beers, some ciders, seamless flute there as well, and yeah. So just jumping into the chat real fast. Thank you guys for hanging with me. And no, it's not a big popular stream, and got a few messages going on, but you know it's not the most exciting stream. It's definitely not as exciting as next week's gonna be when we go into the park. So let's hit Belgium. Okay, Belgium. I can picture in my head where it's gonna be. Gonna be somewhere over here, 21 and 22 between France and Morocco. Belgium's 21 on the list here, so just want to go check it out on the map real fast. So yeah, it's going to be right besides, and then Getting really excited because one of my favorite booths for every festival is coming up. The line is always crazy though, so I hardly ever get anything from there. But let's check out Belgium. Let's go ahead and dive in there. We have a beer braised beef served with smoked Gouda mashed potatoes. Sounds pretty good. Belgian waffle with warm chocolate ganache. Need I say more? And then we have another Belgian waffle with compote and whipped cream. Lots of new beers, lots of craft beers, lots of beers from all over to try. If you're a beer fan, you certainly need to come and check this out. And it looks like there's a lot of desserts and non-alcoholic beverages as well. So, I mean, it's certainly good for everybody in the family. Let's hop over to Brazil. We have a feijoada, black beans with pork belly, Brazil nut pesto with Ben's original long grain white. That sounds like some rice. The Pão de Queijo, Brazilian cheese bread. And then we have a black beer and another drink that I can't pronounce. France. France is that one booth, and let's go ahead and pull that up. It may be this one. It's the big one out there, like right in the France Pavilion. They always got like some good stuff. It's a big standalone booth, and it's out there all year round, and it's so good. So let's check to see what they got. They have escargot, beef Burlington, and a creme brulee. And then they have a all gin rosé, basically. They have a frozen French, a Cosmo vodka Grey Goose with Le Citron vodka, Grand Marnier, and cranberry juice. Sounds yummy. And a Masla, and I'm not even gonna go there. I'm not gonna try to pronounce that. It's just a Pinot Noir. It's a very popular booth, so good luck getting in there. That and the brewing lab are probably the longest lines of the whole thing. So we're getting back, and Canada's our next booth. So let's go ahead and pause right there. And let's just kind of look at the map here. So we're heading off from France. It doesn't look like there's much in the United Kingdom, but I always stop there for my Yorkshire fish and chips. It's been a while since I've had those. I definitely need to pick them up again. And then you have the Crown and Rose over here. But it looks like the booths, see how there's not a lot of booths, and then it picks back up in Canada here. So let's check out the actual Canada booth. Let's see if they have any like maple syrup. They have cheddar cheese bacon syrup served with a pretzel roll. You can see that here in the picture. No, that's gotta be it. I'm not sure though. Then we have a filet mignon with mushrooms and bourguignon, garlic and fine herbs and mashed potatoes. Nick, I actually think those fish and chips, so far they hold the Following Cierra award for the best fish and chips in Orlando. And for all you fish and chips lovers or people who want to debate that, keep in mind that I've been testing out fish and chips here for 3 years in different places. So like I don't know everything. I don't know all the fish and chips around, but all the fish and chips I've had, I enjoyed the one at Epcot the most. And I actually had a little squirrel friend come by and say hello. The Epcot animals, they're ruthless. They'll sit right beside you. They don't hurt you. They won't bother you. They certainly walk up and get any kind of food from you. Yeah, I think the fish and chips last time I bought them, they were like $15, $17. You get like these huge strips of fish and fries, and like you're definitely full. Definitely a good value meal. So we're at Canada now, and we're gonna go over to Shimmering, which let's check out on the map. So we're getting closer over to where the Imagination Pavilion is, and there's like the little trail to go up to like that pavilion, and then for the Flower and Garden Festival, there was like Honeybee right there. So I think we're right there now. And that's where the Shimmering Sips is going to be. This is going to be a dessert spot. It's going to have a guava cake with whipped cream and coconut. And then it's going to have a berry mimosa. Oh boy. Sour beer is my favorite. A fruited sour beer with sparkling wine cocktail. And we have Omegang patch with fruited sour cherry, blueberry, and raspberry with sparkling wine. So going for that. We have a tropical mimosa, a blood orange mimosa, and a mimosa flight. So yeah, we got our little, on the weekends, that would be like your first booth to pick up your mimosas and kind of get warmed up for the festival. Then we have Swirled Showcase, which is going to be right near the port of entry. Liquid nitrogen frozen sweet potato mousse with candied pecans and maple syrup caramel sauce, or maple caramel sauce. And we have a frozen apple pie. We have Coke floats, bark cream soda floats, toasted coconut float, and berry vanilla float. And then we have soft serve ice cream, vanilla, cinnamon, caramel. So definitely some good items and choices for the kids. Getting the kids out. I definitely am going to go pick up a salty caramel soft serve, and my life is going to be better for it. And then we have a Three Daughters toasted coconut porter. And then Hawaii. We have a slow roasted pork slider. And I remember seeing this last year, and I did not try it. I actually didn't get out to Food and Wine as much. School was really busy for me, and I didn't get out, but I'm going to try to make it happen this year. And then we have a Hawaiian rice bowl, which I will not be trying it because I have eggs in it. I am not an eggs fan. We have a passion fruit cheesecake. And we have some Maui Brewing Company, an orange mango guava. And it's a hazy IPA. Florida Orange Groves Winery Sparkling Pineapple Wine, St. Petersburg. Yeah, so Hawaii is going to be interesting. I think it's definitely worth checking out. Bramblewood Bites. I think that is going to be the one where the B place was. Grilled cedar plank brine pork tenderloin with a fennel apple slaw and apple cider gastrique. Grilled bison with butternut squash, puree, roasted mushrooms, and huckleberry gastrique. You have a cast iron roasted Brussels sprouts with root vegetables, dried cranberries, and candied pecans, and maple bourbon glaze. Definitely a lot going on here, but certainly not something I want to pass up. Spiced apple old fashioned, and we have a Pinot Noir. Mealed and Mold, between the World Showcase and the Imagination. We have a bursting fig and balsamic cheesecake with fig jam and pomegranate, pear and almond stuff I can't pronounce. That's actually going to be a new item. And then we got some hard cider and a chocolate red wine. And that's a new item for this year as well. And then we've got two more booths I'm going to cover. Forest and Field. Got an autumn chili with bison, lamb, and pork, belly root vegetables, jalapeno cornbread, smoked cheddar, and cream fraiche. And that's also a new item. Then we have pumpkin mascarone, ravioli with sage butter brown and pecorine cheese and hazelnut praline. And we have a South African drink, which is new. We have a Brute from California, which is new. And an Omegang All Hallows Treat chocolate, peanut butter, and imperial stout. We have a chocolate peanut butter beer, and it's brand new at the festival. It's gonna be over there at Forest and Fields. And if any of you guys try this, I certainly want to hear about it. Yeah, Amber, I really like the honeybee place, and then I could get the lobster tail at a booth right next door to that as well. I can't remember what it was. I've definitely got to take more notes when I'm in the park so I remember this stuff. And then Earth Eats, which is going to be over closer to the Land Pavilion. So they're going to have red wine braised short beef with ribs with goat cheese, polenta, and poussette. I don't know how to say that. Sauce shaved with pescarino and petite herbs. Sounds so good. Sounds so good. We have a limited poppy seed cake with icing. Parking Wines barrel fermented Chardonnay. And then they have a blood orange agua fresca, which is non-alcoholic. So I don't know that that would be a kid-friendly drink, just because I'm not sure that kids like blood orange. But sounds yummy. So there we have it. I covered every booth except for maybe one on Disney's website where they release the menus and everything. And what I found is you can find it here on Disney's site, and Disney Food Block has has a lot of things covered as well. But next, I want to get into another amazing part of the Food and Wine Festival, and it's called the Eat to the Beat concert series. It's really cool because they have dining packages you can book. So what it does is you book a reservation with a restaurant, and it's usually one of the higher end places, but they also give you a pass to sit up front at the concerts, which is really cool. So it's really cool to see some of these bands coming back year after year after year, and it shows how much these guys really love playing. And like, some of these people, you couldn't imagine being able to see them in an intimate setting like that. I know they only play like 3 songs, but it's really cool. So August 30 and 31st, we got the Fray. Who doesn't love the Fray? And then September 1st and 2nd, Sugar Ray. Every morning I sit up in the halo with something on my 4-post bed. You know, I'm not a singer. And then Ubastank. I hadn't heard about them in a while. Then Yellow Card is kind of a one and done. Then the next 3 bands, Tiffany, Mercy, Me, and Sheila. We have The Wanted, and we have Luz Frigola. I'd get excited with Joey Fatone. Little NSYNC going on there without Justin, probably. Switchfoot, Billy Ocean. Then we got some Bops. Bop. I mean, but honestly, the best band here that I missed last year, I had to watch from a stream, is Boyz II Men. I grew up to Boyz II Men. I love the Boyz II Men. I still love them. And they just have the best music. Magic, and then we have Smash Mouth, and then 98 Degrees is playing as well. For the most of you don't know, the Eat to the Beat concert series takes place over here in the American Adventure. And it's kind of walk up stage, and it looks like these concerts are on the weekends. Looking dates. Let me confirm that. Go ahead and pull up a calendar here. So 30 and 31st is weekend. Oh, well, Friday night. And then we have 1 to 2. No, they're weekdays. Don't look like there's any music on Thursdays though. That's when they'll be there. Tiffany's on 13th. We're there on the 12th. The 19th, we're gonna miss that one too. And 22 and 23, that's also September 27th. 28th, 29th. September 30. Then we're looking at October 3rd. We're going to miss that day. October 11th and 12th. We the Kings. 13 and 14. Yeah, it just really looks like we're going to miss all the music on Thursdays when we're there streaming. But that's okay. That's okay. Yeah, I mean, it's a really good lineup. I mean, all through the year there's bands that play, but I mean, I'll be honest with you, Boyz II Men is, to me, I'm going to make plans to go see Boyz II Men in person this time. November 3rd and 4th. That's going to be tight. Well, actually, no, because that's going to be about the time they put out the Christmas decorations and at the Floridian and at the Magic Kingdom. So, yeah. Any of you guys got anything that you want to add or ask any questions or let me know if there's anything you want to see? Yeah, Nick, I mean, in between Flower and Garden and Food and Wine this year was like the huge festival downtimes. But like I'm used to like festival after festival after festival. Like usually like one festival would end, one other one would begin, and they would already be like half the festival would already be up at the same time the other one's ending. So like in between festivals, there wouldn't be like most of the booths would still be open or they'd be opening them up earlier. I'm hoping, but the reason why Disney pushes back, I'm really hoping that they put a lot into the festival this year. And I'm hoping that I've got a lot of live streaming to show you guys like all the cool stuff. Like I just really hope that there's a big reason why they pushed it back. There's and keep in mind that this year we've got Communicore Hall and we've got that stage there to where the Encanto show is going on right now, and I'm not sure if they're going to change that show. So we got a lot of options, and also try to get you guys on Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm gonna try because I heard that they give people a hard time about the gimbals, but I'm gonna try get a virtual queue for Guardians, and then we'll check on Test Track. We'll see what the construction updates are. We'll go ride Living with the Land, and I want to get on Soarin' with the stream. Like I'm really dying to get on Soarin' with the stream. Like, if you guys really want to ride Figment, we will. I mean, I'm always happy to bring you guys on Spaceship Earth. Of course, there's always lagging. Trying to think of all the things we can do and see. And of course, we're going to see Luminous, the Symphony of Us. You know, at first I didn't think that show was as good as like the previous ones, but like it's grown on me. It's a really good show. But actually I've shown that Nighttime Spectacular on the stream more than I have any other one, honestly. Um, and you know, I'm not against hopping over to studios to park hop. Could actually park over at studios, take transportation into Epcot, and start at the International Gateway, and then we can hop over to Hollywood Studios afterwards and catch Fantasmic instead of going to Luminous. I think we should try that. I think we should hit the Food and Wine Festival and then go watch Fantasmic some night. One good thing. Yeah, Nick's like, we gotta hit Figment. And if you can see in my background, let me see if I can transition over without causing problems. I know I'm frozen on camera, but you can see my Figment over there in the distance. Go back to the screen recorder. But I mean, Figment's one of my favorite characters. I really love Figment, but I don't really love the ride. I mean, it's good, it's fun, but like, I don't know, the ride is, I never rode the older one, so I don't really have much to compare it to. And the ride is cool, but like, I mean, it's not a ride that I can ride 100 times and still be like, Figment. I mean, I love him and I love everything's going on with him. I'd really love to see a Figment movie and to see them refurbish the ride. But like, I mean, honestly, Guardians of the Galaxy and Spaceship Earth, those are my favorites in the park. I know a lot of people don't like Spaceship Earth, and I get why. It's the same old thing, but there's just some old classic Disney that just makes you love Disney, and that's one of them for me. Oh yeah, Amber, that brings me to a point. We certainly need to get into the merchandise shops, and the only problem is opening days of festivals at Epcot. Lots of people rope drop the parks just to get to the merchandise. Um, so I'm gonna get there and go on the stream like 6 o'clock. So we'll start. We'll probably, I mean, we'll go to Communicore Hall, check out the booths there, check out the vibes, see if there's any live entertainment, and then we'll head over to the merchandise store, not Creatures Cafe, but not Connections Cafe, but Creatures, and then we'll check out, see what merchandise is still there available. I'm actually hoping to get a new Food and Wine Festival shirt because I got one from last year and I'd like to kind of update it and have something to wear into the parks. And we'll check out what's new there at the merchandise, and then we'll continue to go around and so I'm starting to meet some of the other vloggers around YouTube, so hopefully I can check out some of my connections and meet some new people and introduce you guys on the stream. The stream was a learning opportunity for me and didn't go very well at first, but I think we got it eventually. There's a lot of technology that I still need to continue to learn to use here do live streams in the studio. So yeah. So everything that I have planned for the stream has occurred. We have covered everything. Now, Amber, I don't think I'm crazy about the fart scene. And then everything turned upside down. And like, I just think there's a lot they can do with that ride. And Disney can be really creative as they have the ability to do. And that's why we get so mad at Disney. Because they have all this creativity ability. And then they give us, like, the bare minimum. Like 10% of what we thought it might be. And I think that is the case with Figment. I mean, it is a little bit of a sensory overload. The one ride that's sensory overload for me is Space Mountain. Because you're like going around in these dark turns and it's kind of jerky and all these bright lights flash. But yeah, so I've covered everything that I need to cover tonight and the streamed. Not the craziest best channel analytics, but I expected so being a home stream. But it's really good to sit down with everybody and like kind of chill and do a home stream because it's gonna be a busy fall. I mean, lots of streaming to do this year, and so if you're still watching and want to come down to Disney, feel free to reach out to Travel with Nick and Shannon, my affiliate, down in the description. And if you click on the link and fill out the details, it doesn't mean you have to like purchase anything, but it definitely connects you with them, helps you create a conversation and see if they can offer you travel that's good for you. And as Nick said on the stream earlier, like, he puts a lot of work into making sure that people have the best vacations ever, and he's willing to get up and do what it takes to really create that extra magic. And one thing that I would say is the magic comes from the cast members at Disney. If it weren't for the cast members, there'd be no magic. And Nick used to be a cast member, so he kind of knows how to create magic. And I just really think that if you booked with him, like, that's what you would get with him over someone else, is he would have the passion to make sure that you connected your vacation in every meaningful way that you intended. But yeah, so with that being said, stream's gonna end a little early tonight. We're gonna end here at 8:15. And don't forget to like the channel, like the video, subscribe, and hit the bell notification. And be ready for next week when we go to the opening day of Food and Wine Festival 2024. With that being said, thank you so much for joining and tuning into the stream. Thank you, Nick, for coming on and being a part of the stream. Thank you, Amber, Melody, and Nick's friend. And it's been really fun streaming, a great learning opportunity. And I will see you next week at Epcot. So, that being said, I'll see you later.